What up, fam? Welcome to the Vlog Journal. So if you're not familiar with this series, it's really not a series. It's just a vlog entry that I've been posting since the beginning of this channel in more ways than I should. So we recently just got back from a beautiful wedding from Claire, the plastic architect, and Sans. It was a wonderful weekend, and I wish I can share that with you right now, but I'm not. So I'm going to go back to where we left off in November or late October, somewhere around that time frame last year. So where we left off, my wife Venus and our two kids are on our way down to Mexico. Oh my gosh, I'm not even looking forward to watching this all over again. So instead of flying out of LAX, we decided to go to San Diego and walk across the border in CBX. It's called the CBX bridge. It's the Cross Border Express. If you want to go to Mexico and you're in Southern California, it's really safe, really cheap, really cost efficient flying out of TJ. So we walked over the CBX bridge, which was my first time doing it. My wife and her family have been doing it for a very long time since this has been an option. The food in Mexico is amazing. It's just like comparing Mexican food here to Taco Bell. Taco Bell isn't Mexican food. It's not. I know that's kind of drastic in comparison, but I just wanted to kind of throw it out there just so that way you guys could kind of understand where I'm coming from. But it was also cool to see my kids play soccer in Mexico. Yeah, we're from the hood from where I currently live here in LA, but in this aspect, this is a different place. So watching my kids play in these streets, although relatively safe for where they are in this city, it is Mexico and it's not a tourist area. So the ruling class here isn't just the government, it's another party. And again, whenever I'm stressed out about anything to do with anything, just feed me. Oh man, I kind of want to go back just for this. So although welcomed with the hospitality of having a room somewhere in one of these houses within my wife's family, we decided it was best to have a little bit of our own space. So we decided to stay at a hotel somewhere in the main part of the city next to a mall. It was also during the time of Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead, where in Mexican culture is the celebration of the dead. Like if you watched the movie Coco, you kind of understand. And this was also a time to kind of pay my last respects to Venus's grandmother, who I've known for a long time since I was much younger. So we got to see her final resting place, which was cool because I've never been to an area where they really celebrated Dia de los Muertos like heavily. I mean, yes, I'm from LA, but to see it in its truest form, experience it down in Mexico. And around this time frame, Ezra's also kind of questioning what death is. I mean, he's watching Jurassic World and animals like, mess each other up on National Geographic or wherever he watches animal videos. And with the recent passings of people within my lifetime, he's come to see what death kind of means. He's starting to ask questions, and I kind of gave it to him as best I could, bringing him to this location where all the young have been buried in this cemetery. Kind of been paying attention. When these kids come back for Dia de los Muertos, at least they're coming back together and they're not alone. And so here's where I kind of explained what death was to Ezra and explained to him how we should cherish every moment and minute that we hear, because you never know when that will be cut short. And afterwards, they took us to another restaurant, again, where I was shoved food in my face, but here you get to see a little bit of the Mexican culture. Again, Dia de los Muertos, but I got to see chicharron being made. We're next to a river. It doesn't look inviting to jump into, but the ambiance was really appreciated. There's just something about the smell of fresh conchas being made. It's just, but we just couldn't help but not explore the rest of the land that this restaurant was on. And if you tell my kids that there's animals around, they're going to want to explore too. Now, since we're also down there, I had to find Lego. There was a Walmart and Costco's in random locations, so might as well check them out. And I was really surprised in how expensive the Lego was here. I was hoping to see more retired sets and at a cheaper price because, well, there is a factory in Mexico. It doesn't have to transport across the United States. The average income is not high. Maybe it just shows my own ignorance about what people actually buy in Mexico or the income that is allotted to the people down there. So although I painted a not so bright light of where I'm at currently, it was pretty in certain locations in this town, and I had to find coffee. Most of the time, I'm satisfied, and in this case, I wasn't. Again, let's just eat more Mexican food and I'll be really happy. So here I was actually finally able to meet Venus's actual father for the first time in my life. Now, I did prepare a speech for this exact moment of reassurance that I will be protecting and watching over her, and I've pretty much been doing that for a very long time, but I didn't do that. Actually, it was very cordial and very calming. There was really nothing much for me to say. In fact, I didn't really need to say anything at all, which was a lot of weight lifted off. And then Venus's half-brother, who stays in Mexico on that side of the family, bought my kids Lego. And of course, they're going to enjoy it. So this side of the family, I have never met. Like, not any of them. Maybe a little bit on social media, but for the most part, I only knew a few of them existed by name. But it was cool for my kids to spend time with their kids and them as well, because this is an interaction that is not gonna come very often for them. So it was fun to spend time with actual true blood fam than, you know, what my wife and I are currently used to, which is loyalty fam. For me, family is more built on loyalty than it is blood, because I found myself close to the people who I choose to be with more so than those who are my actual own blood. Not by fault of my family on itself, it's just my family's scattered all over the world. So again, we were staying next to a mall. They did have this kind of coffee shop that I wanted to try. Wasn't satisfied, but I'll take it because it's what I have. Not gonna lie, whenever you go to a different country, it does make you appreciate the building codes you have in specific areas, especially when it comes to playgrounds. This place was not safe for children. Then again, the playgrounds when I was a kid weren't safe for children. And this river that we're walking on, where it currently says to not swim, my wife and her brother would swim in when they were little. Gross. Why is the water brown? Still though, this place was still pretty cool to walk around. And well, when there was a toy store, we're gonna look inside. And Ezra found his Jurassic Park section. Again, modern Lego sets on the shelves. And here I was actually able to find people that were actually buying these Lego sets. And well, made sense. Still though, very pricey for Lego, but it was a good thing to see something that I'm familiar with and something that I'm comfortable being around in a place that I'm not used to being at. And to see things like Funko and other more pop culture things surrounded in areas where you didn't expect it to be at, especially here. I mean, I'm in a mall that looks more like home than anything else, but the true event to why we're down here was essentially to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday. So they were able to rent out this location that's like in a different location than I was afraid to be at, but it was a good time. Everyone got to dress up, take a lot of pictures, eat a lot of food, dance, spend time with family, especially because I didn't know many of them, but just enjoying the time and hospitality of being down there. Wow, I'm really hungry. Ezra also got his first knock to the face here. Side story, as I'm showcasing what's going on in this party, Ezra doesn't speak Spanish, and we were teaching him when he was a lot smaller, but it kind of delayed his speech a little bit, which is fine. He knows a little bit, but here he's not able to practice what he's learned, at least to the extent where kids can understand him. And some other child that was there at the party, not family, knocked him in the face because he didn't speak Spanish, which didn't notice what happened until I saw him just sitting down. And I asked him what was going on, and he pretty much stated that he got hit in the face. So I gave him two options next time. Either he tells somebody like a parent or an adult, or he hits back. Those are his two options. As long as he wasn't the first one to lay the punch, those are what he needs to be doing. Spiking my horchata. Spiking horchata, hey, I actually enjoyed a lot. Again, taking more photos and videos and dancing. A lot of dancing. I mean, it was a good time all around. My kids were having a good time, regardless of my son getting hit in the face. There was piñatas, multiple. One for the women, one for the men, one for the kids. And of course, more alcohol, more dancing, and mariachi. And if you've seen the movie 5 Year Engagement, Chris Pratt sings this song, Cuckoo Cuckoo. I don't know what it's really called. I know that's the lyric of one part of the chorus, but Venus's family knowing how much I like that song because of Chris Pratt in 5 Year Engagement, this band plays it for me. Next day was time to explore and look, a Forever 21. Once again, feed me. And also, did you know that the Mexican Coke in Mexico isn't real Mexican Coke? These are just bottled versions of the Coke that we drink in the United States in the can. But this though, OMG. But this day we're able to stay in this kind of resorty type pool place, which is just a giant pool. But because of what time it was during the year, it wasn't really packed like they were thinking it was going to be. Like it was going to be this huge party. There's so many things that's dangerous about this playground. Oh, yay. Look at this. Look, what? It's like look at that. Oh my God. Like these things have holes. Nothing about this playground is safe.
Oh,
Nothing.
Is safe?
No, everything's like in pieces. There's holes in that thing, and that slide is too steep. There's no railing on that slide or that slide. What are you gonna hold on to? What are you gonna hold on? No, that's not safe.
Look. I'm gonna hold on to this. There's no bar to hold on to. No.
Oh, look, a Starbucks. Now, because I've been disappointed with the local cafes and hipster coffee joints, it was just easier to go to a Starbucks, like to at least feel somewhat satisfied. Again, like I said, what her family did really well was feed me. And his place was a nice, prettier location. I don't know why there's pigs here, but they had animals again with food. Is that a thing? They have live bands, this guy, next to a river. They're always next to rivers. It was more of a buffet, but there was a lot of things for the kids to do as well.
Another dangerous playground. There's like no like safety or softness if you were to fall off these outer horses on the outside of these things. And then inside, everyone just gets stuck in the middle. So it's easy to, oh gosh, it's just bad. So bad. Another dangerous playground.
Plus a lot of places for photo ops. I guess that's a thing everywhere. Oh, but they did have this knockoff Friends spot. Like, it's completely Friends, like the show Friends. I mean, it was cool to see a central perk in Mexico, spending more time with Venus's father's side of the family and with my wife and brother-in-law's half-siblings. But knowing that we're in town, her family from all parts of the state wanted to come say hi, especially because it's been a long time and one just to meet myself and the kids. And let's just have a little bit of a building sesh back at the hotel room. And it was something to kind of ease my tensions when I'm all stressed out and about. Oh, look, Funko Pops. They have this place. It's like a chain, like breakfast, lunch place. These are everywhere, but it was really good. More food. There was supposed to be a Harley location here, and I was supposed to get some like coins from the motorcycle club and t-shirts, but it closed down. So Starbucks, let's just get Starbucks. Not a hipster coffee joint, but I'll take it. Venus's brother also almost got a tattoo, and I was kind of contemplating myself, but I'm good. So at this point, we were able to kind of explore the city on our own, meaning time away from the kids, which I was a little antsy at first to do. This gave us some free time to kind of explore the city without any stresses. So we were able to walk the middle of the town, and well, there was a K-barbecue spot, so we got K-barbecue in Mexico. But exploring the city a little bit more, and then this dog would just followed one of Venus's tias home and never left. They don't really treat it as their own. They don't let them inside the house, but they fed him once and that was it. So the dog currently lives outside, not inside with the other dogs. But either way, the kids were having fun. It's really nice to see them enjoy their time while they're there. And the next day, they got us more conchas, the ones that were given to me in the very beginning. So pretty much they're giving me the favorite food that I really fell in love with. They just fed it to me one more time, hoping that I would come back. So finally, we were able to get back on the plane, heading back to TJ, because we're going to walk across that border again. I just need to get to the other side of these borders with these kids. I had to like film this before they told me to stop recording. So yeah, but once we got across, the only thing open was a Starbucks. So I guess I'll take it. I still had to drive home for another 2.5 hours. So we did. And finally home, time to get ready for Marine Corps birthday. So new Marine Corps flag, and finally coffee that I can enjoy. Oh my God, Penny grew, but she was very relieved to see us. I feel like she was very sad. We did have this camera that we can watch her in this facility, play with other dogs and just kind of be where she's at, but she was very happy to finally see us. I think she felt like we left her or something. So the next day, goal was to go back to Brickmania to check out their Brickmania November 10th sale. But we did come back to this spot where I love to stop by in between. Plus they have this really cute like coffee shop, which I enjoy. Very military homaged. It's called the Hidden House. So now that we're back in our regular daily life, I'm building the Brick Veteran Maverick set, which I waited a very long time and never thought that would come into fruition as a Lego set, not really made by Lego, but a custom military Lego company, and have it in my hands after watching the movie. And finally, Ezra's last soccer game. I don't remember, did they win? But back at home, backyard still needs a lot of love, but Penny's back, she's happy. And then one of my brothers from the Marine Corps, who I hold really dear to my heart, he had a little surprise birthday shindig at his pad, so we were late for sure. But we at least got to spend time and eat more Mexican food, but like Americanized Mexican food. And this is Venus's favorite donut shop. Now, it's a chain. It's called Sidecar. It's good. Their coffee's so I go to the coffee store next door, but we'll get the donuts there. And finally, I was able to fix all this grass and get it kind of where I needed to go. I seeded a lot of it, and here it doesn't show any justice, but it's a lot better now. Actually, I got more weeds. So with Ezra back in school, I decided to go to a place called Vaca Burger, which is my favorite burger joint here in LA. The truffle burger is like my jam. That's like my favorite burger here. Emily, if you're watching this, I tried to bring you here, but you want it in and out. And there's also a coffee spot next door. Hey, look, I went through a whole week of no good coffee except for Starbucks. I had a lot to make up for. So at this time of the recording, the holidays were around the corner and I had a bunch of sets that I needed to buy from my motorcycle club and from my own funds to be able to fundraise this Lego drive that we're doing for Hillsides in Pasadena, California. So if you're really been paying attention to some of my older stuff with like 6 months ago, you know what already happened. There's a video out for it, so check it out if you want to. And speaking of that, I had a private benefactor that helped out so much with this. I was not expecting to at least pass a couple grand with what we were giving with myself and the motorcycle club, but this donation on its own just to pass on to these kids got me almost past 10 grand, just under maybe. And Luna, like, she just loves messing with Venus's desk. But when I actually had to go into like work, especially during this time, there was nobody there. Like, all these celebratory balloons were put up, but I didn't see anybody. But my boy Justin, or Jahan, or Juan Solo Creations, he invited me to his Marine Corps birthday, and I already made a video of this point of the Marine Corps birthday celebration. So if you want to check that out, I'm just going to fast forward all of this point. I mean, it was cool to be in an area where I'm looking at a bunch of young buck Marines, both male and female, which is interesting to see that I'm not used to seeing. Military women leadership, that's new, in a grunt unit. Now I really miss this. But this is like literally the third time we're going from and to San Diego within a couple days. And are you proud of me? Like, unlike last video, I didn't really record much of me running, and I really need to run because I ate so much in Mexico, and I really need to lose all that, not only stress weight, but all the food and calories that I took in. It's always a good time when I'm with my club brothers, and well, finding a reason to hang out, hard to do now. It was a lot easier when we were younger, especially when, you know, we had no kids to look after. Now it's kind of like a mission to get us to kick it, even if it's for a couple hours. And again, yes, I know I'm 6 months late on this, but it's holiday season for us at this point of the entry. Oh, and then look, my local coffee shop just reminded us of our 20th anniversary, as in first interaction with the foosball table. I know it's not performing well, but it was cool to play with, I'm not gonna lie. We did come here to buy more Lego sets for the fundraiser, and for celebrating our 20-year anniversary together, we were able to get time to ourselves away from the children thanks to our in-laws watching over them. So this is what makes me love California. Great weather pretty much the entire year. It's almost December, which is pretty much winter for most places where it's snowing or starting to rain heavily. Here we're able to enjoy a nice walk on the beach. UCLA versus USC. It's a thing here. Back to the Lego store to buy more Lego. This time with club money. This is what I was able to accumulate as far as like the sets I was able to obtain thus far, with not only my own money, but club money and membership money, and some of what I've been able to hold throughout the year. And to finish off the night of our anniversary, we celebrated at one of our favorite restaurants, which is called OTO. So this is like a requirement for like the coffee shop. I have to be able to see drip coffee like prior to me going to it. And I don't even drink pour over. So with my colors being old as they are, worn as they are, I felt like it was also time to splurge on myself. And this was kind of like an anniversary gift from my wife, was allowing me to go to Espinosa's and get a new vest. Oh, Penny, she's just getting too big. At least she's using the doghouse now. But Thanksgiving was Thanksgiving. It was very intimate, just my family and our in-laws. Nothing big, but a little setup on the table. Had some steaks, ham, pie, cheese. Luna's just a dancer. She's gonna be a dancer. Right now, she's currently in dance class. Not at the time of when you're watching this, but right now she is. So a little bit later, we were able to go to Dave & Buster's to meet up with my boy Daniel. He does rescue residents. He's also part of the Lego community. He's been on Cali Clique. He started this non-prov where he builds ambulances and turns them into like motorhomes. So that way he can pull veterans off the streets and into somewhere they can live and travel with. So it's a great thing that he started. And here we just kind of met up because I owed him his sets from last year that we did in a collab to, you know, Nexo Knights versus Black Falcons. So our families both got to spend time with each other. Should retire. Hey, Daniel, retire already, bro. So later on, we came here not just to play video games. I do have video games, but we came here really just to mini golf. I mean, Luna didn't really play it correctly. She was definitely cheated. They did have a PS5 for a prize, but now that it's in the December mode, we finally got our tree up, starting to celebrate the holidays and more sick kick music. This is around the time when Luna really appreciates Taylor Swift music, even by Todd Deirdrick, so it works out. The anti-hero, or anything Taylor Swift, is her jam. Oh, look, Lego for Christmas. It's not even that heavy anymore. So we came back here to buy more Lego to be able to support the cause. Oh, they had these pops. I should have got one of these. I didn't even pick it up, but it's only 20 bucks. We're not that big on the like Lego advent calendars, but Ezra's into Pokemon right now. So we got him this. We did have to buy this on a secondhand market because it's not really readily available, but he enjoyed opening every single one of these because, well, he's into Pokemon now. Back to the soccer thing, we had a little celebratory dinner with the other kids and the other families, and they were very, very hard to control. I would say that I'm proud of making this breakfast, but I'm not because I didn't make it. I just bought it and put it on plates. But like every year, as a tradition, my club brothers hold a traditional Thanksgiving holiday dinner. Now, we do have Native Americans within our organization, so we try not to say Thanksgiving. So, holiday dinner, stressless moment where we get to spend time with each other, eat food. It is a potluck, enjoy our company, family, kids, remember what we've accomplished in our lives and what we have looking forward to in the years to come. We still hold out a plate for our brothers that didn't make it in life, that are no longer with us, just like they do in the military, or at least they do in the Marine Corps. And that's a good place for me to call it. Gotta make it all the way to Brickmania, so stay tuned for another one quickly as soon as I can get the other one made. All right, that's pretty much it. Close the book. Peace.